Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my tech videos. This one is going to be a fairly quick, easy mod you can make to the Mk23 clone magazines. So some of these clone mags, they can be a little bit off with their gas routers and you can get a little bit of inconsistency, or they can come in a little bit low powered. So a really easy, free method of getting a little bit more of an FPS bump is to remove the spring which sits behind the gas router here. The gas release valve, that's the gas router, that's the release valve. So why would you do this? Well, what this does is when your knocker comes in, it hits the back of this valve, the valve opens like that, and then gas comes through there. The spring is a helper which helps this valve close. So if your knocker hits that, the valve opens up, your gas comes through. If the spring isn't there to help it, that valve will still close. And I mean, we're talking, fractions of a second differences, but it will take that a little bit longer to close. A little bit more gas goes in, a little bit more propellant in your gun. So there's a little bit more behind that BB. If you're using heavyweight BBs, then you've got that little bit more kind of force behind the BB pushing it forward. So you will get a boost out of this. Now, what I'm not able to do is I'm not able to give you some scientific figures before and after. The reason for that is that if I were to do it, I'd fill it with green gas now. I would take a few shots. I would fully empty it, do a little mod, and then fill it with green gas again. Green, as we know, is inconsistent. The temperature in the room here is a little bit variable. My heater's on and off. And to be quite honest, I don't want to give you a promise of gaining 20 FPS to get comments in my YouTube section saying I only got 19 FPS gain, you lied, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to say is this will give you a good possibility of getting an FPS boost if you have a clone mag. Now, I don't know about TM mags. To be honest, I didn't even bother looking into them because I have a clone mag. This is an STTI clone mag, so it's got the same shell as what a Novi mag would do, and I believe it's got the same bottom end. The difference is it doesn't have the uprated gas router or uprated feed lips. Feed lips are something else that we'll cover off as I work my way around my Mk23 for you. So we're going to start. What I do with all brand new gas mags is I'll just make sure that the fill valve is tightened. So I'm going to pop my tool in there. Yeah, that's okay. Just nip tight, just so it's enough, it's enough resistance to stop my hand from turning. That's just a general maintenance kind of thing. So then we're going to look at this flow valve here. So I've got the proper tool, AIP tools. These are well worth it. They're about 15-20 quid. And all you do, rather than like trying to jam little bits in and do it like that and then cover it so no one can see what you're doing, you just kind of slot it in. It's got two grooves and they sit in the flow valve grooves. And then we just unscrew it like you would a normal screw. And pray that we don't thread it whilst we're on camera. So that's out. So what I'm going to do now, that's out. I'm going to very slowly take out this valve and then tip it. There's your spring. So what I'm going to try and do for you, so when your knocker comes in, it hits this valve. The valve opens like so. And as you can see there's nothing behind that valve. So you have a spring which sits in there, which helps this valve to close. Like that. So no spring, valve no closing. So what I'm going to do with it, this is a brand new mag as well, by the way. I've not tested this mag at all. I'm just going straight in, taking it apart. So I've just added a bit of oil there onto the end of it. I believe you can actually kind of pull this, yeah, you can pull it through itself, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little dobble of silicone oil right through the middle of it here. Now, there are going to be people absolutely screaming at me right now, like, oh my god, you put silicone in there. When your gas comes through, it's going to blow the silicone through. It could do. Yeah, I could get a little bit of silicone oil in there. Green gas, which is what this is going to run, has silicone oil in it anyway, and to be fair, for the most part I am pushing it into all of the rubber seals, pretty much everything which is in here. There we go, it's come through now, look. I'll just work that in with my fingers just to make sure that that's, there's no kind of drips on there, which is okay. Yeah, there's a O-ring in the middle there, which just needs a little bit more. There we go. So I'm going to build that back up now. Back together. And then you can just see, whoop. That seems to work pretty well. Now what you can do, you can actually high flow these. So when you take this out, see how you've got 4 little holes there? What you can do is you can nibble the corners off these, so you get like a half open. That's probably a bit of an extreme. That's certainly a bigger extreme than what I would want to go to. I just don't feel it's needed in these kind of situations. Certainly not for me. So I'm going to build this thing back up now. Boop. And then we've got plenty on there. That's nice. We don't need to PTFE these. It's a brand new mag. Mag's okay. You just kind of sit it in there. And then the important thing, whenever you put anything back together like this, is don't bloody thread it. Just take your time, nice and easy. It'll ease its way in. I can already feel the comments going, oh my god, you should have done this before and after. So the other thing which I probably should have mentioned on here is the holes in the valve. They are at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But they line up with your lines on here. So as I'm putting this back together, I either want my line fully vertical or fully horizontal. And that will give the gas the best possible path through without it being one of these high flow valves. Now, this has already started to tighten up a bit, which is a bit annoying. So nip tight takes it to just past that, and I can probably go super tight. Oh yeah. And yeah, there we go. Look, we can just about get it down there. And I can probably just get a tiny bit more on that. There, that's as far as I'm going to take that. So we're just over tight, but that's fine. The valve clearly works there because I've been an idiot and I've pushed it in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to lean over across here. I'm going to get some green gas and I'm going to see if I can get this valve to pop straight back out for me. Now, if this doesn't pop straight back out, I'm just going to whip it out and push it out again. Nope, didn't pop straight back out. This is the only downfall, is don't push the bloody thing in when you're demoing it to people what you've done. Whoop. So out we come, push it through. And all I've got to make sure I do now is I gas this mag up before I push the button like an idiot. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try and gas the mag up and then twist this key in, because the pressure will work against you and it will make it harder. So we'll just gas that up. What an angle. That's an amazing angle. There we go. So that's done. That's fully done now, and I know that when I shoot that, it will pop back in. Let's see if I can do it quick. There we go. Boom. There we go. So that's it. Nice easy mod you can do on the mags. It will give you an increase in some way, shape or form. Won't be massive. We're talking a few FPS, maybe. Certainly not going to turn around and say it's going to give you 20 more FPS. I've untested it. I know it works because I've done it in the past, but that is how you do the flow valve thingy spring removal mod. Thank you very much if you watch this with me. Thank you very much indeed if you've got this far. Please hit that like button. I do appreciate all of the like and all of the comments that you guys are giving me. Please hit that sub button as we go through on my Mk23 journey, doing some of the mods to my STTI pistol. We're going to document all of those. I'm going to do all of them on camera. I'm going to break loads of stuff and then find ways around of kind of getting it back together and in one piece. And please, yeah, stay tuned for more content, gameplays, tech videos. We've got loads of different pistols and guns coming through, so hit that sub button and keep an eye out for more coming out. Thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next one.